Hi, we are going to do a quick video on creating a new module. So if we were thinking of a painting, doing this would be like getting a canvas ready to put your painting and paint your picture on. So we're going to actually create a new module where you'll develop your content and put your content on once you're ready. So to do this, we're going to start by logging into the system. And again, all of you should have the developer tab here at the top. If you do not, for some reason, just email me and I can make sure you have those permissions. So go ahead and click on developer. And then you can see here in the second row there are several options. We're going to click on new module. And up pops the place where you start to do this creation. And so I'm just going to go through some of the options here that you want to check. So you're going to say district, region, or statewide. And just to know, this has to do with who will eventually, once it's live, see this module on their calendar. So if you choose district, this would be people who are affiliated with a district, or in some cases a specific AEA. So for example, if you are creating a module for Great Prairie, then people who are employed specifically by Great Prairie would see it if that's how you indeed set it up. And likewise, if you were saying creating a module for Des Moines Public Schools, then if you choose district, we would set it up so just those people in Des Moines would see it and nobody else outside of that district would be able to see it. Region is slightly different, and you notice our box shifted here. If you need to rewind for a second, it was very quick. But now we're talking about regions, and so anybody in that region or AEA would see this on their catalog once it goes live. And you can see you've got the AEAs there. So by selecting that, any person who is affiliated with a district or employed by a AEA would then see it on their catalog once it goes live. And then finally, statewide, it takes that away because really we're creating a module then that would, once it's live, anybody in the state can see. So be thoughtful when you're creating your module as to who your audience is, which is always a good thing to do in there. So I'm going to say region, and I'm going to select Great Prairie. So that means, again, anybody in Great Prairie district or AEA employee would be able to see this module once it's live. Then you go ahead and select your name. We'll just do test 526 because that's the date. You can put in your course description, and then it is asking you for some metadata. Agriculture, art, you can see different subjects. If you don't have one that shows up, you can always go in and just select not applicable. And then students, typically this is who your primary audience is. And again, if you are unsure or want to do that, I just choose not applicable. And then you can always go back and change this metadata, and then your tags. And a lot of our stuff is always going to be that general professional development. So then create course. And here you can see now a little more information, and you can edit some of the metadata that you want. There's lots of things you can enter. Most of it is not required at this point. You can see right now that the status here is set in draft or development, meaning only people with developer status are going to be able to even see this. And then you can see you can select instructors, course editors. So if you're working on this with another person, you'll want to make sure to click on their name and add them so that they can edit. If you do not see their name, then they probably don't have developer status, and we just need to add it. So let me know on that. And then again, you can see some of that metadata that we put down there. And then finally, if you want to, you can connect to those Iowa teaching standards. And again, all of this is stuff that you can do and update as the module is in development. And then hit submit changes. And there you go. Now you can go to content, and you can see you've got your first page and your quiz at the end of section 1 and your conclusion page. And let's not forget that every section you create needs to have a quiz at the last page, and every module you create, the very last page needs to be that conclusion that auto-populates. So that's how you create a module on the training system.